So, with the release of Godzilla Vs Kong, I decided that it's time to rank all four of these Monsterverse saga movies that we have. So, in this ranking, I will be ranking Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla Kong Skull Island, and the most recent debut of Godzilla vs Kong. So, without further ado, let's just hop right into this ranking. So coming in at number 4, sadly, this has got to go to the original Godzilla. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this movie. I like the whole aesthetic they wanted to go to, where having it mainly shot from like the human perspective, and like you only get glimpses of Godzilla here and there, until you get like the big reveal at the end. Man, I like how they decided to shoot it kind of like a horror thing, like from the ground of the people, how you don't really get to see the monster all that much. But comparing that to the other movies in this ranking, where they show a lot of the monster fights and a lot of the action, this one just kind of finds it hard to like hold up to. The human arc in this game, it is okay. I said game, movie. The human arc in this one, it's okay, but it's not horrible like some of the other ones tend to be. Godzilla 1 is not bad. It's kind of unfair to put it up here because it has such a different vibe from the other movies. Coming in at number 3 is Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Godzilla King of the Monsters is a pretty mediocre movie. The best thing that it has going for it, which is to be expected of almost all of its movies, is the fight scenes. The fight scenes in this one are actually super entertaining, even though some of them aren't that well lit. Some of them you can't really see that much, and it likes to focus on the humans a lot instead of the fight. But still, the fights are really good. Like seeing Godzilla at the end go like nuclear against Ghidorah, it's really cool stuff. They had a lot like of monsters like in this one. They had the juggle. They had Rudon, Ghidorah, Mothra. So there was a lot of players in this one. But the thing that drags down this movie is the human plot. This movie has like one of the worst and most annoying cast of humans ever. Millie Bobby Brown and her like entire family. Like it's just yeah, like, you can see what they were trying to go for, but it's just not interesting. You just don't care because you have Serizawa's death in this at the end, which is not at the end, but like kind of near the end, which is cool. But like you actually like relate to him because he was in the first movie. But everyone else is just you don't care about them. They're so boring. You just want to see the monsters fight, but instead they're focusing on these lame humans that nobody cares about. So Godzilla King of the Monsters, I'm only putting it above the original Godzillas because you can see the fight scenes more clearly and they're a lot more cooler than the first one. But if it didn't have any of those, it'd be at number last. It'd be at the last place, but it's at number 3 for now. Now, coming in at second place is Kong Skull Island. Now, up until recently, I had never really seen Skull Island, but since Godzilla vs Kong was coming out, I wanted to watch it to see, hey, what the heck, maybe the movie's good. And I'm actually surprised in this one because there's a lot less of actual Kong and more of the humans. And with the track record these movies have, you'd think, oh, it sucks because it's focused on the humans. But no, the humans in Kong Skull Island are actually really interesting, and you enjoy being with them. Most of the other movies, they have uninteresting characters, boring arcs. But these ones, they're all cool. Like, I think the only one who's kind of weak is Chapman's arc because he just kind of ends up dying at the end, so, like, what was the point? But I like the Vietnam aesthetic with the rock music stereotype, the soldiers moving through the jungle, they have to get to the rendezvous point in X amount of days. It really makes for like a cool story and it's really enjoyable band of characters. Having Kong not in the movie all that much is very similar to the first Godzilla, where like it makes him feel like a larger than life presence. Like he's always there in the background. You never know when he could show up, and that only really works because they have such an interesting group of characters to follow, and you don't feel bored when watching them. You actually are excited to see where their stories go. The actors are all great in this movie. They all have their own moments to shine. And this movie actually has some pretty good comedy bits. I was actually surprised when I watched this because, I mean, I never really heard that much good rep from Kong Skull Island, but I'm glad I have seen it, and if you haven't seen it, you probably should watch it. It's actually a pretty good Monsterverse movie that actually does well focusing on the humans. Now, coming in at the very top, the number one is the most recent one, Godzilla v Kong. And let's be honest, who expected the movie to be this good? Like, the movie was great. The movie was amazing. It was so, I don't know what to say about it. Like, it was so good. Like, yeah, the humans art kind of sucked, like it always does. But there was like the Hollow Earth art, which was actually kind of good. Like, there's not a lot of bad things about this movie. We got what we expected. We get to see two gigantic monsters fighting it out, broad daylight. You can see every punch. There's no cutaway. There's no teasing you until the end. You get the fight. Uh, Everyone had their sides. Team Godzilla versus Team Kong. I was Team Godzilla as always, and Godzilla won in the end. But it was good at the end. Like Mecha Godzilla coming in was really cool. Seeing them have to team up, which a lot of people, including me, predicted. But it was still good to see on the screen anyway. Godzilla v Kong is really great. It's kind of biased towards Kong though. Like in fact, you do feel like you get a lot more time with Kong, feeling sympathetic for Kong, and kind of making Godzilla seem like the bad one. And but that's fine with I'm fine with that because Kong's not Island. You didn't really get a lot of Kong, and Godzilla's already had two movies for themselves. But yeah, Godzilla was really great. I am glad. I didn't expect much of it. I'm being honest. Like I know I've already said that, but I was just expecting as another like quiet pandemic movie to come out and just be decent and go under the radar. But no, I was pleasantly surprised with how good this movie was. The CGI was insane for the but for an HBO like this is an HBO Max movie with this high of a budget, and it's like I'm pretty sure now it's the highest grossing pandemic film. Which I mean, it wasn't that high of a bar to beat, but I'm glad Godzilla v Kong did beat it. If you haven't seen the movie now, watch it. Get a time in theaters. Watch it on HBO Max. Like this is a movie that you have to see if you're into these big kaiju movies. This is really awesome. Godzilla v Kong is really great, and I think it's the only film on this list that deserves to be at number one. Alright, everyone, that was my ranking for all four of the Monsterverse movies. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Leave a like. These movies they all have something special about them, but remember, this is just my opinion. And if you like what you see here, make sure to subscribe. There's 85% of you that watch this, or somewhere around 85%, and don't subscribe. So, like, hey, if you're coming back for each video, just go ahead, hit that subscribe button, help us out to grow. We're trying to grow this channel into something big, but just feel free to subscribe. It's one click, it's right there. That's all you have to do. But thank you guys for watching. Can't wait to see where the Monsterverse goes after Godzilla v Kong. But let me know what you thought of these movies down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.